Hello. Do you do any exercise in the morning? Me? Exercise? No. No, I don't. Well, do you do any exercise in the mid-morning? A media mañana. Yes, in the mid-morning. No, I don't. Do you do any exercise at midday? No, I don't. Well, do you do any exercise after lunch? No, I don't. Do you do any exercise in the evening? No, I don't. Do you do any exercise at night? No, I don't. Well, do you do any exercise before going to bed? No, I don't. Well, when do you do exercise? I don't. Well, my little fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't do exercise. Do you do exercise? I don't do exercise in the morning. Do you do exercise in the morning? Yes, I do. Do you do exercise in the evening? Yes, I do. I do exercise 3 times a day.
Hola y bienvenidos a la clase 92. Hoy vamos a ver la frase Do you do any exercise in the morning? No, I don't. En español, ¿haces algo de ejercicio por las mañanas? No. Y ahora nos centraremos en la primera parte de la frase. Do you? Do you? En inglés es imprescindible invertir el verbo auxiliar y el sujeto. You do no decimos, es do you? Do you? Una vez más. Do you? Muy bien. Escucha cómo estoy pronunciando la you. No digo you. You. Do you? Eso es. Ahora vamos a formar 5 preguntas juntas. Do you have a bike? ¿Tienes una bicicleta? Do you have a dog? ¿Tienes un perro? Do you like ice cream? ¿Te gusta el helado? Do you like going for walks? ¿Te gusta ir a pasear? Y uno más. Do you like this class? ¿Te gusta esta clase? Claro que sí. Muy bien. Decimos do you y nunca do you. Muy bien.
Yo, it's me, your favorite DJ, live for you. Hoy me toca grabar un anuncio para mi nueva aplicación, a jingle. ¿Escuchas la radio por la noche? Do you listen to the radio at night? Do you? Do you listen to the radio at home? Do you listen to the radio in the car? Do you listen to the radio at work? Do you? Do you listen to the radio in the shower? Do you listen to the radio with your friends? Estés donde estés, listen to the radio with the new application from DJ Live for you. Do you want to help me? Do you? Do you want to help me? Okay, let's record it again together. Do you listen to the radio at night? Do you? Do you listen to the radio in the morning? Do you listen to the radio at work? Do you listen to the radio in your car? Do you listen to the radio in the shower? Do you listen to the radio with your friends? Estés donde estés, listen to the new radio with the new application from DJ Live for you. Ya está a la venta.
Antes vimos do you. Y ahora vamos a ver la segunda parte, que es do any exercise in the morning. Y sí, estoy repitiendo 2 veces el verbo do. Do como verbo auxiliar, do you, y luego como verbo principal. Do you do? Muy bien, do you do? Y ahora también te habrás dado cuenta que en esta frase usamos la palabra any. ¿Y por qué? Porque en las preguntas con cosas incontables en inglés usamos algo de. Do you want any coffee? ¿Quieres algo de café? Do you want any money? ¿Quieres algo de dinero? Any. Do you do any exercise? Y ahora, la última parte de la frase, in the morning. No decimos for the morning, es in the morning. Apréndelo. In the morning. Veamos algunos ejemplos más. ¿Haces algo de ejercicio por la tarde? Do you do any exercise in the evening? Muy bien. Y otra cosa, la última cosa. Decimos en inglés hacer ejercicio, do exercise. Nunca decimos make exercise. Apúntelo ya y apréndelo, porque hay muchas cosas para aprender.
Ew, ¿qué es eso? Oh, it's a note. Ah. ¿Pero quién ha escrito eso? Pone, haces ejercicio por la mañana. Pero falta una palabra en inglés. Han puesto, do you any exercise in the morning? Pero claro, necesitamos dos do's. Primero, do el auxiliar de la pregunta, do you, y luego del verbo, do any exercise. Do you do any exercise in the morning? Pero ¿quién ha dejado una nota así? ¿Quién escribiría esto? Do you do any exercise in the morning? I don't know, ¿eh? Bueno, no voy a contestar una pregunta tan rara. Por favor. Michelle, do you do any exercise in the morning? Michelle, do you do any exercise in the afternoon? Michelle, do you do any exercise during the day? Es que no me toman en serio por aquí.
¿Te acuerdas de toda la frase entera? Do you do any exercise in the morning? Muy bien. Y ahora a por la última parte, la respuesta corta. No decimos en inglés nunca no, así, a secas. Es no, I don't. Porque en inglés solo no o yes queda un poco grosero. Practícalo. No, I don't. ¿Y en afirmativo? Yes, I do. Muy bien. No hay que repetir toda la frase tampoco. No, I don't do any exercise. Pero solo no, I don't. Y el do not contraído suena aún mejor. No, I don't. No, I don't. And yes, I do. Y ahora veamos algunos ejemplos. Do you do any cooking? No, I don't. Do you do any sport? No, I don't. Y ahora para la palabra del día, que es delantal. Apron en inglés, no apron, apron. Repítelo conmigo. Apron, eso es. Do you like my apron? No, you don't. Phew, yes, you do. Muy bien. Y ahora toda la frase entera otra vez. Do you do any exercise in the morning? Not for the morning, in the morning. No, I don't.
Uf, ¿cuántos emails? Y luego me preguntan, ¿tienes mucho tiempo libre? Do you have a lot of free time? Y yo, pues, no, I don't. Huh? Do you have a lot of free time? Me? ¿Yo? No, I don't. Fíjate cómo pongo la lengua dentro cuando digo don't, ¿vale? No lo saques entre los dientes. Di, no, I don't. Prueba. Eso, no, I don't. En fin, pues habrá que trabajar un poquito, ¿no? Si es solo publicidad, spam y esas cosas. A ver. Do you have any free time first thing in the morning? Pues no. No, I don't. No, I don't. Do you have breakfast at work? Que si desayuno en el trabajo. No, I don't. ¿Qué más tenemos por aquí? Do you have lunch at home? Ojalá. Pero no, I don't. I don't have lunch at home. Do you have lunch at home? ¿Qué más? Do you exercise in the morning? Do you do exercise in the morning? ¿Yo? No, I don't. Como si me hiciera falta, ¿no? I can't believe it.
Excuse me, when should we hand it in? We should hand it in next week. Why next week? Because the deadline's next week. Hand is mano. Okay, to hand in is entregar. Se supone con la mano. To hand in, cuando entregas tu ensayo, tu composición, tu trabajo, lo entregas al profesor, ¿no? You hand it in. To hand in. Excuse me, teacher, here's my composition. Thank you. To hand in. When should we hand it in? Hand it in. When should we? ¿Cuándo deberíamos o cuándo tenemos que? When do we or when should we hand it in? The deadline is next week. Deadline. Muerta línea. Dead de muerto, line de línea. Todo junto, como muerta línea, es la fecha tope. En español habláis de plazos. El plazo es 2 semanas. Pero nosotros hablamos de fecha final, fecha tope. The deadline is next week. O sea, la fecha tope es la semana próxima. The deadline is next week. We should hand it in by next week, because next week is the deadline.
Hello and welcome to a new class. I hope you're ready today. All right, let's look at our sentence. It's when should we hand it in? The deadline's next week. ¿Cuándo deberíamos entregarlo? La fecha límite es la semana que viene. So, la pregunta aquí es when should we? Okay, ¿cuándo deberíamos tal? So, ojo, con preguntas siempre usamos la fórmula de auxiliar, sujeto y verbo básico, ¿ok? O sea, el infinitivo. Entonces, when should we do it? ¿Cuándo deberíamos hacerlo? When should we do it? Y ojo, when should we, no decimos to do. Nunca metemos to ahí. When should we do it? ¿Ok? ¿Cuándo deberíamos hacerlo? When should we leave? ¿Cuándo deberíamos marcharnos o irnos? When should we call him? Okay, when should we buy it? ¿Cuándo deberíamos comprarlo? So remember, when should we, when should he, when should I, etcétera, etcétera, cambiando el sujeto, okay? Pero siempre auxiliar, sujeto, verbo. When should he go? When should I do it?
Hello, good morning. I'm calling on behalf of Mr. Pilgrim, the manager here. Oh, well, when should I call then? Yeah, that's right. When should I call? ¿Cuándo debería llamar? When should I call? So, when should I call? Should I call later? Yeah, okay. How rude. He told me I should call later. He's not the only one who's busy around here. So, when is later? When should I call? Bueno, me da igual. Hi, I called earlier on behalf of Mr. Pilgrim and... Well, who should I call then? Okay. And when should I call them? And what should I say to the operator? Okay, and what should I say if they don't know? Yeah, okay, thanks for your help. People in offices, they just don't know what they're doing.
Ok, muy bien, ya estamos con la segunda parte. Vamos a mirar la frase. When should we hand it in? The deadline's next week. ¿Cuándo deberíamos entregarlo? La fecha límite es la semana que viene o la próxima semana. Okay, here we're going to look at the verb to hand in. Es un phrasal verb, okay? El verbo to hand más preposición in, okay? To hand in, okay? Now, significa entregar algo, que suele ser un trabajo, okay? Una solicitud o también un billete, cuando entregas un billete, ¿no? En el tren o el metro y tal. So, to hand something in es un phrasal verb separable. ¿Qué significa? Por ejemplo, I have to hand in the report, or I have to hand the report in, right? El informe, the report, puede ir después del phrasal verb o entre las dos partes. Tengo que entregar el informe. I have to hand the report in, or I have to hand in the report. Pero ojo, cuando es un pronombre objeto, tiene que ir entre. I have to hand it in, okay? So I have to hand in my homework, right? Tengo que entregar mis deberes. I have to hand it in.
Look at this. It's my latest masterpiece. That's right, I'm going to the European Summer Art Expo. And when I hand this in, everybody is going to be amazed. When I hand it in, everyone is going to be talking about me. It's going to be a great moment when I hand this in. That's right, when I hand it in. Entregar, to hand in, to deliver, to hand in. When I hand it in. When I hand this in, I'm going to become famous. Everybody is going to realize how great an artist I am when I hand it in. Everybody's going to want to be there when I hand it in. They'll be surprised when I hand it in. I'm almost ready to hand it in. Actually, it's ready now. I mean, the painting is finished. I could hand it in now if I wanted to. Anyhow, I'm going to go hand it in, and as soon as I hand it in, they're going to recognize my skills, my abilities. And I'm going to be famous.
Ok, bien, ya llegamos a la última parte de la lección. So, the sentence is, when should we hand it in? The deadline's next week. ¿Cuándo deberíamos entregarlo? La fecha límite es la semana que viene. So, aquí usamos the deadline is y con la contracción, the deadlines. Y deadline significa fecha límite. Y es una sola palabra, deadline, deadline. Entonces, do you have a lot of deadlines? Yes, Hannah, I have a lot of deadlines. I have a deadline next week. Entonces, también relacionado con deadline tenemos la palabra del día que es prioridad. En inglés, ¿cómo es? Priority. Repeat. Priority. Muy bien. Entonces, if you have a deadline, that means you have a project or a job that is a priority, right? Que es una prioridad. So repeat. We always have a lot of deadlines, Hannah. I had a deadline last week. Next week, I have another deadline. Tengo otra fecha límite. So how many deadlines do you have every week? Hannah, I usually have 2 deadlines every week. So keep practicing the word deadline, deadline, okay? And priority, la palabra del día. See you next time. Bye.
I'm very, very, very stressed today. Not stressful. Stressful es estresante. I'm stressed, estresado. I'm not stressful, but my day is stressful. Do you know why? Because we have to turn in. Yeah, we have to hand in, to turn in, entregar. We have to hand in the annual safety report. Yeah, it's the safety report we do annually about the park, and we have to turn it in. Yeah, well, the deadline is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's the deadline. I can't hand it in 2 days from now. I have to hand it in tomorrow. Lo tengo que entregar mañana. Tomorrow's the deadline. Yeah, the deadline, fecha límite. Yeah, en inglés es línea muerta. The deadline. Yeah, the deadline is the last day I can hand it in or turn it in. And you know life is full of deadlines. Yeah, fechas límite. It's full of deadlines. Oh, man, I have a lot of deadlines. I have to do my taxes. Yeah, I have that deadline. I have to, of course, the safety report. That's my biggest deadline. Why am I talking to you? I have a lot of work to do.
Okay, if it were up to me, I'd invest my money in shares. I'd invest the money in shares. If it were up to me, it's up to you. Well, te toca a ti. Tú decides. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. It is up to you. It's up to you. Means, allá tú. Es tu decisión. It's up to me. Me toca a mí decidir. Es mi decisión. Ahora, si fuera decisión mía, si fuera mi decisión, eso ya. If it were, si ello fuera. If it was, sería si ello era. Eso es si fuera decisión mía. If it were up to me, invertiría mi dinero en acciones de empresa, en acciones en la bolsa. I'd invest, con V, que suene más a F que a B. Invest. I would invest the money, no money, the money, in shares. If it were up to me, I'd invest the money in shares. If it were up to me, I would invest the money in shares. If it were up to me, I would invest the money in shares. Hello again. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. Qué rápido hablo, que sí. Escuchad más lentamente. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. If it were up to me, I would invest more money in shares. Acciones. No bonos, ni obligaciones, pero acciones sí. If it were up to me, if it were, si fuera, si de mí dependiera, si la decisión fuera mía, si ello, if it were up to me, viene la expresión, it's up to you. Te toca a ti decidir, es tu decisión, it's up to you, it's up to me. Ahora, en este caso no es up to me. Ahora bien, si fuera up to me, if it were up to me, if it were, if it were, si fuera, si estuviera, if it were, yes. This pencil or this pen is yellow and red. If it were blue and green, it wouldn't be yellow and red. I have 10 fingers. Yeah. If I didn't have 10 fingers, I would have fewer or more. If this were a table, etc. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares.
Well, the board of directors just came. Yep. They were here and, well, they want to make some changes, as always. The board were here, but I'll tell you something. If it were up to me, there would be changes. Habría cambios. If it were up to me. Yeah, si fuera por mí. If it were up to me, not if it is up to me. If it were up to me. If it were, right? Repítelo conmigo en casa. If it were up to me. Que esto es una frase hecha que se usa siempre. If it were up to me. Si fuera decisión mía. If it were up to you, would you study English 6 hours a day? Maybe it's too much. If it were up to me, I would make some changes. Or I'd. También lo podemos contraer. I would, I'd. If it were up to me, I would make Harriet a member of the board of directors. Yeah, I would make her the head of the board of directors if it were up to me. Yeah, if it were up to me, I would put a slide at the swimming pool. Yeah, slides are fun. And if it were up to me, I would give the bellhops bigger bonuses. Yeah, if it were up to me, yeah, that's what I'd do.
Hello again. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. If it were up to me, si de mí dependiera, si la decisión fuera mía. If it were, condicional, aquí, caso hipotético. If it were, porque no es mi decisión, pero si fuera mi decisión, if it were up to me. It's up to you, la expresión up to. It's up to him. No, le toca a él decidir, yo no. Me lavo las manos. I wash my hands. It's up to him. It's up to you. Learning English is up to you. It's up to you. It's up to me. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. Ahora, la palabra del día, jaw, mandíbula. Se puede decir en plural o en singular. Jaws. Normalmente la mandíbula humana decimos en singular. My jaw. J-A-W. Jaw. Ahora bien, recordaréis la película Tiburón. Ahora, en versión original no es tiburón, es mandíbulas. Jaws. My jaw. Me he roto la mandíbula. I have a broken jaw. So the word of the day is jaw. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares.
Hi guys, Felicity here. You probably think all I do in my job is have fun. Well, it's true, but my job is also very responsible. You see, it's up to me to make sure all the guests have fun. Repeat with me, it's up to me. Good. Say, it's up to me to make sure everyone has fun. Perfect. It's also up to me to make sure the guests love the hotel. And it's also up to me to organize all the trips. So you see, guys, I have a lot of responsibility. Tonight, for example, we have a super fun activity, bingo! And it's up to me to make the bingo cards. It's up to me to find super prizes. And it's up to me to make sure there are lots of people here. There is a lot of responsibility in my job. And it's up to me to make sure whoever wins the bingo is happy. Oh, guys, it's a lot of responsibility. It's up to me to make sure people come. It's up to me to make sure people have fun. It's up to me to make sure... Oh, it's a lot of responsibility. I have to go to work.
If it were up to me, if it were up to me, if it were up to me. Pero yo no voy a decidir en esto, pero si la decisión fuera mía. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares. Uy, con la coyuntura actual no estoy tan seguro. To invest es invertir. Invertir dinero, invertir tiempo en algo. Invert es una inversión, invertir, así. Pero meter dinero, meter tiempo en cualquier empresa o iniciativa es to invest. Invest. Y que suene la V y que no suene a B. No digáis invest. To invest. Si os cuesta decirlo como un F. Invest. Invest. If it were up to me, I would invest more money in shares. To invest time. If it were up to me, if I were you, I'd invest more time in English. I'd invest more money in learning English. That's better than investing money in learning in shares. It's probably to make a radical change in your English is worth more than investing money in shares, I think. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares.
Hey, how's it going? I'm just trying to avoid Harriet. She's about to give us one of her monthly spending plans. And to be honest, I just don't want to hear it. Last time, she said she was going to invest more money in the hotel. And she did invest more money in the hotel. But only things that concerned her. She invested more money in a nice new coffee machine for her office. She invested more money in business trips. If it were up to me, I'd invest more money in shares for the hotel. You know, so later on, we have more money. Hey? I'm not just a pretty face, you know. I'd also invest more money in the restaurant. I mean, this place looks a bit old, don't you think? And I'd invest more money in training the staff. I mean, Harriet and George and Felicity aren't exactly the best staff, are they? Oh yeah, and I'd invest more money in the entertainment. It's just, Felicity's kind of annoying. I'd invest more money in male entertainment, because most of the customers are female.
Mike!
I'd invest many things, if only it were up to me.